That better? Mo better. All right, that should be good. That little webcam's audio is kind of janky. So switching back to my computer. Anyway, so you guys have to talk loud if you want to me to be able to remember what you said for the next session. I didn't speak Chipmunk fluently, so I had issues. Oh yeah, that's strange. Must have been making our voices really loud. But anyways, so we went into you guys went into the dungeon, ate some spice. Zuka just barreled across this thing and then kind of had a few people chasing you. You all hurried into a back kind of like atrium area with a lot of pillars and fancy stuff. And then you found a wormhole that led into like a deeper part of the dungeon where you found someone suspended. How much do you guys know about this person yet?
It's one of the acolytes.
We did talk to him.
Yeah, you did talk to him. But I think you found out that he was one of the people in the party of delegates. You also, when you were ripping through all this stuff, you found a bunch of very nice and expensive cloaks that had just been kind of discarded. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah.
Up in the room.
Yeah, up in the room. Yeah, that's right.
I was drunk.
Yeah, everyone was pretty GG.
But the guys, like, when we questioned him, there was something. I don't remember what.
Yeah.
I was.
You remember live? Hey, babe. No, I was home on Friday.
Do you remember that?
Perky Nips never forgets a fib. No fibs for Perky. Anyways, so Perky fibs. Let me turn on those lights just so I can. Just so I can see my little. Oh, I know, instead of my little crackling one, my YouTube fire, the crackling fakeness. It's just like the real world. And then, so then you kind of interrogated this guy. So maybe we'll just pick up there because we'll just pretend you maybe haven't asked enough questions, or you still want to grill him a little bit more. Yeah, so you guys stumbled into a harpy pit, which I think you successfully navigated, right? Or are you guys still in the thick of that? Because you were trying to jump on Zuka's back and piggyback, right? And you guys both fell into a harpy pit.
I actually want to say we found the harpies.
I want to say we stopped there, yeah.
Ooh. I thought you guys fought the harpies.
We definitely succeeded.
I agree. We definitely slew all of the harpies.
With great style.
And I believe they dropped some really cool stuff, right, guys?
All the OPs. So you guys didn't. Okay, so we'll
That explains why I had full health with one spell slot.
Oh, okay, yeah, then you have not fought the harpies yet. It may have been the Manicore. I thought you guys. Oh, you did?
Oh, Banshee.
That was a while ago.
We did
Yeah.
fight something massive.
Yeah.
What was before we got the pit, right?
Yeah.
That was before. I thought you guys had fought the harpies, to be honest. I'm gonna say you guys did, just so you, because it's kind of boring to start with the battle, anyways. And you took a long rest, Yeah, FF7.
Literally all.
Oh, that's true. Literally all. 3 harpies. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. I'm not going to give you guys treasure because I might have already given it. I'm sorry. Don't get any treasure from that encounter. Okay, so we're going to start with the, you guys are in, so there are 3 dead harpies that are lying strewn on the ground around you. There are some other and sundry corpses that are sitting there in various states of decay. You see old armor, you see old weapons. Most of them seem pretty rusted and beat up, but, You going to give them the harpies tetanus or the corpses? Okay, so you pick up 1 useless rusty sword.
So can I do an investigation check to sort of dig around to see if anything looks more recent than that, to see if there's...
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll. Yeah, you have to have a Twitch account.
An 8.
So you look over the corpses. There are a few newer ones, but none of them seem that new. But like they just kind of look like corpses to you. Just kind of, a lot of bodies here. Yeah. So up above, you see kind of where the harpies' booths would be, kind of like those little like curved bird nest type things. And the gentleman who you rescued, I think his name was... Did you guys get his name? All right. Anyways, well, Marcus, who you rescued, is, he's like, hey, like, forget his accent, but he's like, hey, we gotta get out of here. These people mean business. They are not playing around. I don't know where all my friends are. I was like, I need to get out of here. I don't know. We were on the road coming south to Red Lark. The 4 masters were conversating with a few of the locals that were coming along with us, and there was a bright light, and then all us acolytes, all the masters disappeared. But I just woke up floating over this cave. Well, I can't really discuss too much about the delegates and their various efficiencies, but yes, that's right. I have no idea. I'm an acolyte. You're absolutely right, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm all for it, right? If we saved at least one, that's... We tried hard, right? We can sleep, right, guys? No reason really to look for the rest of them.
So he says, I mean, let's just, that's a great idea. Let's get on out of here. We don't have to worry about the artifacts they were carrying or any of the, and then he kind of stops himself and in like a very haggard voice, like, I shouldn't have said that. I honestly, I can't get into too much detail. You're right. I have no clue what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Pull my dagger out, start flipping it around.
Give me an intimidation check.
So as I try to do this, I just drop my dagger on the ground and try to brush your hair back on the guys. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, so he kind of
pull this out.
little butt smack.
I liked it.
Ooh. I just can't help it. She's the woman of strong emotions and feelings. But yeah, so you're kind of giving him a dark look and flicking a knife through your hand. It stumbles and you lean over, and then this big barbarian woman just gives you one of those, and the guy kind of watches this exchange, Marcus, and he's like, "Oh, I see you guys are pretty good travel companions." Yeah, and he kind of he's kind of got that like weird like you step into someone else's like house and like there's a little too intimate type vibe. He's like, "Okay, how about we just get on out of here? We don't have to worry about anybody else." Give me a persuasion check. Well, it beats a 3. So he's like, well, you haven't been so nice, and he kind of just turns just a little bit. Little smack in the butt. He goes, oh, well, now that I guess we've gotten to know each other, and he's like, kind of turns red, and he's opening up a little bit. And he's like, I gotta be honest, you know, one of it always works. He's like one of the delegates. You know, I think you know she was carrying a piece of an amulet that's extremely powerful. It's I don't know the other. I don't know who else. It was just my priestess, the winged priestess, and she was really nice elvish lady, but you know this amulet, it's been it's been lost for thousands of years. We were going to restore it back to its ancestral home, and yeah, I mean, if you guys bring it back, there's probably like billions in it. Hey, I just was helping to support the priestess, the high priestess.
Awesome.
I mean, it's anybody who wants to use powerful magical artifacts. It's one of those. I trust. I think we have a connection and a bond. So, I do. Much more beyond like the intellectual, very physical.
So I will give him a little swift motion. I'll try to gather the squad over. What's more really? I mean, honestly, no one's gonna really miss it, right? Just over top.
He's like, I think this man has a point. There's some very dangerous people. I saw them take away my priestess, and I was never really into the whole religion thing. Anyways, I just kind of got pushed into it. My family's kind of crazy, so if the priestess, the wind priestess does what the wind priestess does.
You weak-minded hypocrites.
He's like, coils back. Give me an intimidation check. Okay, so he's like, oh, no, like...
Where did they take the priestess?
I don't know. I think she's somewhere in this cave structure. They took us both here, and he's like shaking. He's like, it's been an emotional day for him. He was first kind of like a little bit physically abused, and then, so he's, sexually abused, yeah. And then, so he's, I don't know, they just took me to there and left me there while they took her somewhere in these caverns. I don't know. This is not what I want to.
Rummage around in their final flask.
He says, thanks. So he takes a drink and he's like, you guys are okay after all. Thank you guys. So you guys are in the Harpy Pit.
Right here. Right. So if we look around, what else do we see as far as we saw the place that we came from? Do we have any good view of other entrances and exits?
I had a pen. There it is. This was about. So you see, you're right about here, and you see two more paths open up.
Well, at least there's two of them.
Yeah. And you guys can, go back. It's an open world. Follow your heart. So one of them, you see a room just kind of littered. This amulet. Oh, it's like it's very old, but it has, at least the only piece of it I saw was the one my priestess was carrying. He kind of like gives you like anything would make you look pretty. Yeah. He kind of hands back the flask. And yeah, hands back the flask.
What was this
I only know that my priestess's power increased greatly once she acquired it, but I don't know much more about it.
Just from the fragments?
Yeah. She's been doing some cool stuff lately. Really zany stuff.
Well, I guess it's safe to assume there's at least a few more of these things, right? So, if she had one, how many said there were 4 of these masters?
Yes, there were 4 masters.
Alright, so I think we can safely assume that each of them has Otherwise, the whole crew you wouldn't. Now, you said yours was the Speed Master? Something
Yes,
like that?
Lana. Yes.
What about the other? Got a son inside.
Well, I didn't know them that well. There was a dwarf. There was a human, and there was a goblin. We didn't talk to them that much, but that's all we know. Yes, I'm a little bit, well, no offense, but people are greedy and disgusting.
Sir, goblin.
Oh, and he kind of like, oh, yeah, he like doesn't believe you.
No.
No.
Yes, I'm a geek gnome, and my skin's a little bit on the gray side. Doesn't mean I'm a goblin, alright?
Oh, yes. But we didn't, our parties were relatively separate. He definitely is like looking at you and he's kind of like checking his pockets, making sure you're not stealing stuff.
Do I see him do that?
Perception, yeah.
17.
Yeah, so you notice that he's like scoping.
Alright, and so, and as I notice, I'll be like, yeah, you guys keep doing that.
And he's freaking out. Yeah, he does not feel safe. You can tell like he's like breathing faster. He's like looking back around like there are hallways. He's like just it looks like he's trying to get a way out. Thank you. You pat him on the head. Yeah. Okay. So he seems calm. He seems calm. Yeah. I guess you guys haven't checked anything else. Okay. Cool.
How big is the pit that we're in? Like,
So it's about a little bit larger. I would say like 2 or 3 of these rooms put together, and the walls kind of rise up, actually out of sight. You just kind of hear echoes going up because it is like a very tall. They kind of harpies will find a way out, and then those 2 doors on the out, and that big kind of like slide that you rolled in on with Mikhail. So with Zuka.
we hear, like, if we go, are the doors closed or are they just open?
It's just open dirt. Like this is kind of like just dirt and stone walls. Like it's just been kind of roughly carved. Just like 2 tunnels that are just running away. Yeah, so the one on the right, you notice there's a small, it looks like an old, like, room. Like it's just like it's like a dirt floor, like you would find just like in like a cave in the wild. Just stone, very rough, but the rocks on the ground are just a few feet off the ground. Like, so none of the rocks seem to be actually on the ground. They're just kind of hovering a few feet off the ground.
Yeah, we'll see now.
Mm-hmm. So the one on the left... Yeah, you only see the beginning of it. Yeah, but there it seems to be almost more. You only see just the very entrance to the room. There seems to be just more corpses, more of the same that you are noticing in the harpy room.
So I walk over to some of these like levitating stones, and it's like a finger on the like pressing down. Do they move or are they pretty stuck in?
So are you doing that?
I am in fact doing that. But I'm doing this with my finger. Like I'm
So
pressing
as
down.
you walk all the way down into that room. As you walk inside, you notice there is a dais in the center that you couldn't see from the kind of tunnel in, and it has a bluish orb that is also floating. But as you press the stone down, you see the orb bob up. Yeah. So are you guys all going in there?
Do it.
All right. So you all go in there. You push the sword, or you push it to the side, and you see just like one of, because there are, as you've gone in further, you've noticed there's some other articles. There's like little swords, there's old shields, and you see one of the swords just kind of twitches in the air as you push it to the side.
So the one that I press to make the orb move, what happens if I lift it?
So you lift it up, and the orb just slightly descends.
Are we floating so far?
There are it's just like the whole floor. It's just like any random stones you would see in a normal cave. Those are just floating in this particular room. Except the only thing that seems out of the order from just like because most of these rooms have detritus, like old bits of like bone and swords and old things. The only thing that seems to be ordinary is this dais in the center with a blue sphere. And you guys can also roll perception to see if you notice anything else out of the ordinary.
Also, does my sage researcherness help with all of this?
Yeah, give me a check on that, and it might.
What would check that?
It would be probably history or arcana.
20.
Okay, so you notice that this is one of the. I'm trying to get my D&D Beyond account, but this is one of the. Seconds. I just gotta type in. Everything has a security code these days. So much sadness. 37.
Oh, that's good sound here.
Yeah, D&D Beyond. Yeah, if you go to D&D Beyond, you know you're in the right place. Okay, so you are doing a history check. You notice that these swords have some markings on them that mirror the markings on that are not on that blue orb, but on the dais around that blue orb. So it seems like there's something perhaps connecting them. And from your historical knowledge, you know that these are not friendly spells. Yeah. So you notice the markings. So you see both the markings. You also notice that blue stone. It seems to be kind of that like some of its light seems to be filtering down, and it's almost like something is like pouring over the side of the dais. It's barely visible. It's kind of like grayish mist that's just like pouring and covering the floor. Are you going to do that? All right.
The swords will attack you.
So you're touching the blue sphere? Okay, so you reach forward, you touch the blue sphere. You have your great axe out, of course, yeah. The rusty one or the good one? Okay. So you reach forward, give me an acrobatics check.
That's about it.
17. Okay, so you touch the cube, and then that mist that you saw that was just kind of pouring against the ground immediately congeals and whips back towards the stone. All the rocks and everything falls suddenly. And the only two things that stay in the air are these 4 swords that you notice are still floating. And then that mist bursts out, and you guys all need to make an acrobatics throw, because a whirlwind is now active in this room. You dodged it, so you dodged back in time, so you're fine.
18.
11. I have plus 8. I got 11.
So, what did you get? 15. So you 3 jump back in time just to see Twitchley kind of leaning forward to look at the phenomenon, just getting swooped into this whirlwind that's now just whipping around the dais, and he's flailing his arms, and then the 4 swords. Yeah, so then you see these 4 swords just immediately start just heading towards your friend. So everybody needs to roll initiative.
I knew it was a trap.
Very risky statement.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know, I might not have a chance, but I'm gonna roll it. There's somebody picking up their hands off in the fire.
Pretty.
Which is 13 was Fox's?
Oh, I got 11.
11. You got 13. And Okay, so you notice that these swords kind of position themselves as if they were, two on each side, as if there was someone kind of holding them, one this way and one this way. They kind of position themselves as, these two things, and they start just heading towards you. Your first act.
I'm inside this world.
Yeah.
So what does that mean as far as like?
You are
incapacitated?
grappled by the world, so
Okay,
you
so
can
that
try to
means
roll
I
strength.
will
Yeah, so
attempt
save.
to grapple with-
Oh, actually, oof.
Is that an athletics check for the grapple?
Yeah, I'll say athletics check.
6, 8 minus 2.
So you swim against the air. It keeps just sucking you and just whipping you into a big circle. Now it is on our dear cleric.
Can I touch him in the wall? Would it be okay?
You can try.
What I need you to do is run at me and tackle me out of the world.
It's very, very strong, and the only reason you guys are not sucked in it is you are almost literally pressed against the outside walls of this cavern. You see. Give me a perception check before I give you more details. No, you only see this just blur of wind that's just filling up the room, and all those little stones and stuff are just whipping around the room.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cast my Sacred Flame on the orb.
Sacred Flame on the orb.
Yeah.
And what does Sacred Flame do? It just does damage?
Raise damage.
Okay.
Next 14 saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
So you need to succeed on a dexterity.
Mm-hmm. So I failed.
Okay. That's 1.
Okay. So you hear, you reach over and a beam of light shoots out of your hand towards this orb that's in the very, very center of the whirlwind. It whips back and moves a little bit out of the dais that it's kind of still centered on, and you feel the whirlwind lessen a little bit, but it quickly moves back to the center.
I don't know, I'm just flailing about inside.
Alright, who was... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, so I got the 12. So, because there is a innocent and poor soul getting whipped around, these swords take a number of attacks on you.
Oh, what's his name? August.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Does a 13 hit? Does a 22? Yes. Does a 15 hit? Okay. Alright. So you take 12 points of slashing damage as this shadow of these swords just starts spinning and using the wind to speed their strikes. 2 of them slice through, parts of your clothes. And you guys see kind of this red trail of blood start to flip around the whirlwind as your friend is suspended. Now it is on whoever got 7. Or it's 11. 11, sorry. 11.
27.
Okay. Oh, exactly.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attack. All right, and then roll damage. Okay, so you cock your arm back, throw a javelin as hard as you can. You see it like the spear point just glances off the organ. It's so perfectly round. So you don't see any cracks or anything form. It does move a little bit more out of that center, but it kind of comes back. And the wind back in full force. Did you do more damage? Can you do more damage? It won't make a difference.
Okay.
But yeah, you can enter your rage as your bonus action, which has already happened. But yeah, it won't. Yeah.
Okay, well, instead of attacking the form, I will just go.
Mm-hmm. One of the swords. Awesome. Roll an attack. Yeah, if it falls, you can reroll.
Is it +5 or?
Yep, so you attack, so go ahead and roll damage. And do you have any like sneak or anything you can do? Nice. So you do 9 damage. So you take your bow, shoot one of the swords, you hear this kind of pinging sound, and it starts to just like wobble. So like it's almost as if it's not as stable in the wind anymore. So the sword is kind of still in its position of like these 4 swords kind of going in opposite directions, but one of them is kind of shaking. Cool. Okay, cool. And then now it is on whoever got the 6. Okay, cool. And, oh, that's my boy Marcus. Yeah. So you see, Marcus is in the back of the room. He's like breathing heavily, but like you see his kind of blue light start to, or this kind of grayish blue light start to kind of coil around his hands. All right. So then he reaches out towards one of the swords, and the blue light kind of, you see that cyclone kind of open up and part, and the blue light strikes one of the swords. Immediately, it just falls lifeless to the ground. Yeah, confirms. Noted. Yeah. Arousal, roll 10.
Marcus, what is this thing?
He's like, don't call me Perkiness for nothing. He is still freaked out, but he's like, I don't know, I'm just doing whatever my master taught me.
That is?
Shoot the things that are attacking you.
Okay.
Keep doing it.
Yes. Yeah, you can tell he's not like the brains of the bunch. Like he's like, you know. Yeah, or you can roll insight check on that. But yeah, he's definitely still terrified, but he will fight for his life. Now it is back on you, sir.
I will make another attempt to get out.
You are screaming, and as you go around, you almost get so close to grabbing one of your companions and dragging them in with you, but you didn't get that initial one. All right, so now it's on. It's on Fox or Adam.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on you.
Yay.
Creature your choice, you can feel the range, gain 6 points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Okay, so now it is on swords. So does a 16 hit? So they see that you've just healed him, and they start swinging towards you. Does a 16 hit?
Awesome.
Does a, what was the other one? I think it was 23. There's a 23, I mean, probably hits. Alright, you're not going to take much, though. Where's my D8? Where's my D8? I had it a second ago. Oh, there it is. You take 4 points of damage. As a sword, one of the swords just clips to your shoulder. But they all are like swinging wildly towards you. Alright, now it is on Feather Widget.
Right. Not in that.
Believable.
Sadly. Lost about. Hanging around whirlwind. I'm in a rage. Oh,
Cool. Alright. So you take a swing at a whirlwind. That will miss. So the whirl, all this stuff is going on. You're just swinging randomly into the wind in a dead panic. And yeah, unfortunately that doesn't do anything. Yeah, just a little bit. Alright, now it's on dear Piquel Riquel.
I will shoot again.
Okay. There's three that are still up. Yeah, the one that you shot at before is still wobbling. There's still 2 ones that haven't been hit. That'll hit.
Yay!
Roll that damage. Round of applause. Is that what you're doing? Yeah. All right. So another arrow hits that sword, and it wobbles and falls lifeless to the ground. Okay. So then Marcus. Check. Ooh, good for Marcus. He just rolled that 20. So Marcus takes a deep breath, and he's like, you guys got to promise to get me out of here. And he holds his hands up in that kind of grayish blue light, forms like a little hole where the whirlwind can't seem to reach him. He walks forward, and he just shoves the blue sphere as hard as he can, and it comes out of the dais just enough to where it falls to the ground. Unfortunately, it whips White back to the center, and he has to kind of back himself out to stay out of the whirlwind, which is still extremely active. But you're now out. Yeah, and you scrambled to safety. All right, so now it's actually your turn because you have a 20.
All right, so now that I'm out, I will get myself to. Well, I don't want to get back to it, so I get as far away in towards the room as I can, and then I will take a crossbow shot at everyone you are.
Although it's saying awesome.
I'm just gonna do a little crossbow shot.
Okay. That'll hit?
Oh, yay.
Or actually, no, you said...
No.
Oh, no, that won't hit. Sorry. Misunderstood.
Yes.
Sorry. I thought you said like 20 for some reason. I don't know. Alright, so now it is on our dear swords. And they are still attacking dear Wexley. Will a 23 hit? And a 18?
Matches armor class, so it does.
It does.
Yeah, roller wins.
Okay. So 12 points of damage, piercing damage. So these swords see your attack, and they come in as guns blazing.
But I have to heal up though.
My turn. I can heal also.
Yeah. Piss, you're in a rage?
Yeah.
Still raging?
I'm at sword.
Don't stop. Alright, roll that attack. He's freaking out. So you got a 7? You got an 8, so that's not gonna hit. I regret to inform you that will not hit. Yeah. It's the spice. That's spice, though. It's the good. All right.
And I'm also really embarrassed.
Yeah, well, it's not impressed. All right, so Marcus is. Oh wait, no, it's on you. It's on you first. Decal, recal.
Leslie, how is your health?
I only have 7. I will get to go again before the switch. Sword.
Alright. I will stop it. Okay, so I effectively killed the first one that I shooting.
Yeah, and then there's one more that's wobbling,
Alright,
and then one more that seems to be pretty much normal. Are you trying to hit the wobbling one? Okay, cool. Let's see you miss. Yeah. So you miss. Take another shot and hit nothing but air. Who's coming?
Oh, it's Courtney.
Oh, is she gonna hang out?
Zuga?
Zuga, she can be Zuga. You guys need it. You guys need more tanks. I would like to go into that HPs. Oh hi, how's it going? Joy. All right. Now it is on. Our homeboy, Marcus. So what is he trying to do right now? He's used up. He is going to use his action to run back towards the harpies. So you see that he's like
Who's doing this?
Marcus. He's kind of starting to like inch back. He's like he looks like he's ready to take off. You can use a bonus action to try to like wave him down, but he's freaking out. Huh? But you can like just like wave and roll to see. That would be a reaction. Yeah, it could be a reaction, but he's like trying to duck out of the combat. Yeah, roll your athletics or agility, whatever. Agility, I think. Or yeah. No, it would be just athletics. Sorry, I lied. Yeah. So you're able to kind of like wave him down and like kind of grab at him, but you don't get a hold. But he's still is kind of like backing up. He's like kind of like ready to run at a moment's notice. Like he's standing in the doorway, still facing in, but he's not doing anything. You didn't get the grip. So like, but he's like slowing. He's like not gonna completely take off, but now he's just kind of like waiting at the door. Now it is on you.
Okay, so this one, there's 2 swords left, right?
Mm-hmm. One that's pretty beat up, and one that's
so I'll take a shot at the one pretty beat up.
cool. That'll hit. So you're taking a crossbow shot?
Well,
Short bow shot. So you use your sneak attack, you kind of poke out, shoot one of them, sword falls out of the sky. And then you disappear back into the darkness. And now it is on... Sir.
What's still up?
Just one sword left.
Okay. Oh, I'm just going to do a feeling word. I'm going to touch myself.
Not touch myself.
You do an awkward man.
Yes.
Confirmed. He does.
I'll do a feeling. So, 1d8 plus 4 heals.
Indeed you are.
You also rolled a d4 and a d8.
Oh, yes. Okay, look at that.
What did he do?
You rolled a d4 instead of a d8.
D6 is cube.
You look different.
Oh, he's looking for an 8.
No.
So you feel like a little better. Okay, so now it is on last sword. A 9 will not hit you, I don't think. So it's kind of just doesn't have like the balance of all the 4 swords going, so it kind of just wildly swings in your direction, but blazes over your head. Now it is on you. You're gonna swing at it. Okay, roll attack. What's your don't you have like a bonus to like damage? Okay, yeah. No, 13 didn't hit. Now it is on. It's on Piquel. Yeah, take a spot. That will hit.
Nice.
So you do 10 damage. So you kind of squint your eyes, take a shot. The sword hits. You hear it ping. It's a little dent in the sword, and it's like barely above the ground now. It's struggling. Now it is on.
Yep. I'm actually going to walk up to it like I'm shit, right? And take out my dagger and just try to like shank that.
Deal. Roll attack.
Me and daggers don't get along then. How's that 9?
So
I go for it and I accidentally fumble my dagger once again.
And then you're like, oh! Then you pop back up and see that I didn't feel that hard.
And I use my bonus action to reach down to the dagger.
Yeah, okay,
That's
so
gonna be a thing
you
with my
recover.
guy. I'm just never gonna figure this out.
While he's reaching down, I run up again.
Yeah, he gets just a little too close to the whirlwind. He freaks out, drops the dagger, and fumbles. And
I don't care. I still run up and just give him a smack on his grad.
roll athletics. You have to. Didn't you have to do that last time? That's okay. Give him a smack. He feels better. He gets advantage on his next turn. He feels great. All right. Now it's on you.
I'm gonna take this.
Cool.
Dex 14.
I failed. How much damage?
3.
How do you want to do this?
I shoot out a little ball of light, but it kind of like sputters and just like barely pokes it.
Yeah. It was a very weak radiant damage, but it was just enough. And as the swords,
You reluctantly sacred flame. You're like, fine.
yeah, fine. So as the swords collapse, just the whirlwind stops, and the rocks just start to return to their floating state. So just the rocks on the ground.
But the sword.
But the swords have collapsed. Everything is just like flat on the ground and floating in the blue orbit.
Is there a way out of this room?
Yeah, there's another tunnel that leads right out the back. Sorry.
So
you're kind of in. Yeah, you're over here, and you see some stairs that go down this way. Yeah, there's like very roughly hewn stairs going down. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go and look at the orb much more closely.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation or Arcana?
Either. Whatever.
Arcana's higher.
Okay, you can do that.
15.
So you notice this is a type of prison. One that is very similar to the one that Marcus was trapped in. So it's it's called a wind prison. Wind prison. So it's very similar to the one that might have been what had been suspending Marcus for.
Would it work without
You know that it it's part of like the room's structure, so the whole room is built around it. Oh, it's Friday. Mikhail approves here.
Is it
Chase's beautiful face.
the orb that's floating up there? Is it too high for us to reach right now?
No, it's right at hand level. It's just on this little dais right in the middle of the room.
Don't touch it!
I'm not going to physically touch it, and they aren't going to be able to see me do this because I get to cast Mage Hand, but one of the special rogue abilities is I can make my Mage Hand invisible. And so I'm just going to, once it all sort of settles down, I'm going to quietly cast Mage Hand and like try to.
Are you all still in the room?
No.
Okay, you're still in the room. Okay, so you cast Mage Hand.
So I cast Mage Hand, and I guess I'll let people know what I'm about to do.
Okay.
But I'll let them know we should get to the spell set. Hey, we should move to the back side of the room. I'm gonna try to make a drive for it. And so I'm gonna give them a fair warning. But so we get to the other side of the room. Once everyone gets over there, as soon as everyone does, I'll use my Mage Hand to sort of try to drive.
Alright, give me a strength check. Is that how Mage Hand checks? I think so.
So Mage Hand says.
How would it know how much strength it has to go against resistance?
It just says you can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, so retrieve an item up to 30 feet. And the hand can't attack, and it can't carry more than 10 pounds.
Just give me a strength check, and I'll just let your strength be whatever it is. So it'll just be the same as your hand. These guys are good and saucy out there. So you make a grab for it, and immediately it whips back to the center. All the rocks drop, and the whirlwind starts back up.
No!
Where we should go. That's what we got to the back of the room, guys. You know, you're asking a lot of questions, and we're not the time for questions. Now is the time for action. We should
I don't
go.
want to hear anything about me touching the orb the first time, okay?
Are there 4 magic swords hitting me in the face? There was when you touched the orb. When I touched the orb, we're perfectly fine.
You have better acrobatics. It would have been fine.
Oh yeah, sure. Blame it on my acrobatics, not your greedy gorm grabbing.
Just saying, the rest of us were fine.
Oh yeah, the rest of us are perfectly fine. You didn't get splashed around with a couple of swords or anything.
I did not.
Oh yeah, how much damage did you do?
So you start going down the stairs. So as you go down the stairs, you notice that the ground, especially in the center of the room, that it kind of opens up around you. It's really soft and powdery. So it's very, very, it's like another room that opens up, and it's almost this, so there's a few doors that kind of spin off in each direction. There's 2 exits. One of them, and then in the room you see just kind of this like very, very powdery soft sand in the center of the room. And on the right side you see someone else, shackled to the walls, but this person is very, very lightly breathing. Marcus has rejoined you after the threat was neutralized because he doesn't want to be by himself. He's a little weenie. That's what they say. That's what they say. He does not want to be where you guys are at right now. Guaranteed. He's begrudgingly following you. So the sand seems like very soft and powdery in the center of the room. There seems to be kind of some more like rocks that are kind of sticking out above the sand. So you grab a pebble, you throw it, and it just kind of there's a puff of sand, and you just don't see the pebble on the surface.
So it's the sand in between.
Well, it's going through the center of the room. Thanks for the host, much obliged. It's in the center of the room, and the person is it almost looks like it's like a bowl where like the walls kind of come up, and there's hard stone, So he's kind of against one of these walls on the side. So he's right over here on the side of the room. The sand is kind of very, very powdery in the middle. And then there's some like rocks on it. And you can kind of skirt the walls. You can jump on the rocks. You see that there is like right against the wall there is some stone. It's kind of still there.
I will try and jump to the rock on the way to
Okay, give me an athletics check. So you jump to the nearest rock, but you're like wobbling on it very, very dangerously. But you don't fall. You got an 11, right? Okay, yeah, so you don't fall. Hold on.
Let's be smart here. Who has? No, I'm wondering who has like a bird with or like a gungeoneering pack. Something has rope in it, so that we can tie rope to something to pull ourselves back out if we fall in. I have 10 feet of string. There we go. I also have, I have 50 feet of rope as well. I have it in my budget. Mine is specifically Kempen rope, so
What is it now?
Oh, mine's Kempen as well.
Oh, nice. So you guys got rope.
You'll be Kempen later.
spice rope.
Somebody's got spice.
So, okay. In that case, I guess I'll pull out the rope and I'll be like, hey, hold on. And I will try to toss some, like one end of the rope over to Kel, and then look around to see if there's anything that I can tie the other side of the rope to.
Yep. Give me a athletics check.
How far am I?
She had a really bad jump.
How far do I have to throw it? Well, yeah.
It's like 5 feet.
Okay, so.
What am I rolling?
Athletics.
I don't have to roll athletics. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So, just grab it and immediately stabilize. And you're like, okay, I'm good. And then there are enough like big boulders that kind of litter the hallways and the stairs that you can kind of find a hook and fasten it. Yeah. So you've tied off the rope, and there's this person who's very lightly breathing. Marcus is just like, guys, I mean, Alana was a great priestess, but I think we can just let her go. You know, he's like, I'm ready to just let her go.
Is that her?
No, that's not. It's not Alana. It's a guy that's chained up there. It looks like another, kind of dressed similarly to Marcus.
So what's all those donuts?
You have a lot of donuts. I don't know who has. I think Zuga has a spice cake though.
No, that was definitely mine.
Okay, so you have a spice
I
cake.
bought like
No, you have a bunch of donuts.
You have
Zuga
donuts.
Has, like, the aged
The old
fossilized-
spice, the old
Got
fossilized
it.
thing, yeah.
because all I knew is I thought my donuts were special donuts. Because I want to give one to Marcus to calm his ass down.
Definitely have
They're
those.
special donuts. I mean,
I'm gonna
they're
be
spice
like,
donuts.
you know, Marcus, just relax, eat something, you'll feel better. And hand him a donut.
Okay, I'll try. And he eats a donut.
Yeah, just enjoy that.
Thanks.
I'll check back with you in a few minutes.
Then I come up behind him and I just.
He's like, are you getting on me? He gets very uncomfortable. Confirmed.
Sweat droplets.
So, everybody give me a perception check.
I love perceiving.
You don't see anything.
Hey!
You're rolling
not
bad.
rolling
Get my
great.
my big heavy dice in there.
These are pretty heavy.
No, but my like massive D20. That's always
Oh,
feels
there's a
good.
big one here, yeah.
That might be your 15.
I'm at a 14.
14.
9.
9. Okay. So you only see that there's kind of this just soft like rumbling sound, like It could almost be animal, or it could be just something. But you see, like, kind of like a little, almost like part of the sand is just like rustling with movement.
Alright, so I will, I'll walk over to, Wexley.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's maybe slow stuff. I didn't see
He didn't say anything. He's like, nope.
But what about, even if I point out directly where it was? That's probably nothing. But just, I'll make your eye. Oh, I wasn't talking to you.
All right. What's the plan? So you can either go. You can either try to take one of these paths. You can help this guy. There's also some other roads in this area if you guys want to double
Is there
back.
one of these exposed rocks close enough to the guy that I can jump closer?
Yeah, you can feasibly, with some very successful athletic rolls, you could reach the guy.
How many more rolls do I
You see about 2 rocks to go. 2 like nice big jumps. And you have a rope tied around you now, tied around your waist.
Okay, I will jump to the next rock.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
It's an 8.
So you jump on the next rock, you barely hold on to the rope, and one of your feet slips over the rock and just disappears in the sand. It comes back out, but you kind of, now you can even hear this just kind of like vague, just like it's kind of like sound that's just running through the room. You have one more rock to go if you choose to accept it.
Yeah, this is far.
This is definitely a pull one, though, but I'm going to do it. Do it.
Alright, so go for it.
You have a rope. Pull me up. I'm very strong. Oh my god. It's a 7.
So
Worse and worse.
you make your final jump to the last rock. The prisoner looks up and he says, "Please." But as you try to grab him, you slip into the sand. You're kind of engulfed in this soft darkness. And you just barely grab his ankle and kind of use it as just a way to kind of keep a grip, but you can't find purchase on anything. You're flailing in kind of this soft powder.
Oh yeah!
And this sound, and now that you're in the sand and it's in your ears, you can hear this very, very clear animal kind of growling that's getting closer and louder. So you guys are pulling on the rope. So everybody that's pulling on the rope, give me an athletics check. Or a strength check, I mean, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Just a raw strength. Okay. Oh, I mean, but roll it, yeah.
1.
Okay. Are you pulling on the rope? He's like, good. I hated that bastard anyways. So,
I
expected nothing less.
No, I'm still fully focused on the area that I thought I saw moving while all this is happening.
So, if you have been doing that, you've been noticing it's starting to kind of weave its way towards where she fell. And right by the prisoner. So you guys, you yank on the rope, you're strong enough, you pull her, gasping out of the sand, you heap her up onto the shore. But then that prisoner, who was kind of only semi-conscious, starts yelling and screaming wildly. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to grab the bait.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But the prisoner starts yelling and screaming wildly, and this kind of weird, kind of fleshy, like, thing emerges right at his feet, right where you fell, opens his mouth, and it's like just all teeth, all mouth, and just chops the prisoner in half. And the legs are just gone, yeah. And then it just disappears back into the sand.
I like vomit all over the
So we just like straight up failed on this prisoner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that hasn't had a good fucking run.
And he's
what are we still doing here? I'm with Marcus.
he's screaming horribly as like he's just bleeding out very, very quickly.
Others are literally, legitimately traumatized by this. She has thrown up all over the sand.
You threw up in the sand.
And I just threw up.
So then you see this kind of rippling sound, and it starts kind of in this very soft thing starts approaching
Okay, so then we
the
can
door.
go on the wall,
So you guys going into the room?
Go.
Alright, you guys should decide pretty quickly. So you're all standing right here. Yeah, you can go farther in around the sides, or you can come back.
I mean, we gotta keep going, right?
I mean, there's more passageways.
Yes, let's keep going. Oh,
You
there's
haven't
more
explored.
back
Yeah, there's more
where
passageways back where you haven't explored at all.
the place with all the corpses. We have to cross through the room.
We have to go through the whirlwind again, right?
The swords are still there.
Well, the swords we
The
killed.
swords are
Somebody
sort of
knew
dead.
they came back. Touch the orb again.
There's just the wind, guys. We can stick to the walls.
That's true. It's really a half dozen the orb on the walls.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go. They attacked us when we went to the orb.
But the sword's
No,
dead.
the swords are dead. The swords are dead. No, just the rocks. Swords are still in
Go
there.
back so you don't have to touch the.
Mhm.
The whirlwind.
Only the whirlwind triggered again. Only the wind trap.
Okay. I think we go.
Okay, so you guys hustle back. Go.
I just wait to the person.
He's like, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" And Marcus is like, James, and you can see he's like really torn up. That you just like killed one of his fellow acolytes. So you guys circle back, edge through the walls of the whirlwind, and you're back to the Harpy Pit, where that other door is extending out to the north.
Take two.
And Marcus says, guys, we tried. We look at if that's how you rescue people. I don't think we're gonna get Alana out. Whatever they want from her, like we should just ignore this. We should just get the hell out of here. Yes, yeah. I was pushed into this whole cult thing from my childhood. It's not my fault. He almost has, huh? He does not seem as, he says, I would love to, but there were a lot of people upstairs.
I always thought we cast on him to make him tell the truth. What do you feel about that? Second level spell slot. I feel good about that. Alright, let's do this thing. So you have to do a charisma 14 saving throw.
God. Marcus does not have much charisma. That doesn't count. I won't look at it. Oh. What if I meet it, I tie it, because I'm minus one.
goes to the roll. So his DC is 14, so you have to meet or exceed a 14.
So I met
How does
it.
this work? It's a duration 10 minutes.
That's what I have to resave.
If you were successful on it, then the spell is cast on him and is effective for 10 minutes. Basically, you have 10 minutes to question. You have 10 minutes to question.
But he met 14,
So you got 14, so it didn't make sense.
So as the total spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn,
It's
or
an area?
starts its turn there, must make a charisma saving throw.
So I guess.
So would there be multiple turns this scenario?
So, not really, because it's not.
Could you move it over like,
Well, okay.
I just made it. I was minus one charisma and I rolled a 15. That's brutal.
Alright.
I wanted to tell you the truth. I really did. But Marcus is still totally just like, I gotta get out of here. And he's like, and he kind of, when he feels your spell go over him, he's like, something else is trying to get out. It's, I don't like it here. I need to it goes back to his normal griping.
I accidentally stumbled into the area of the detailing area, and I'm like, I'm so sorry to Wishly for stealing your book! I didn't like that book!
It sucked! You're drunk! And she's also, you're not sure if it's the alcohol or the truth that's making her tell the truth.
So I stumbled back out.
Yeah. Oh, I feel great. I love your book, bitch. It's mine.
Best book I've ever read. Best book I ever would have read if I knew how to read.
I liked it.
Can I just straight up insight check this fool to see if I
Yeah.
trust him at all?
Yeah.
He seems shifty about 18.
So you realize that, one, he does have a desire to leave. But you sense that he knows more about what's going on here than he's letting on.
Okay. I'm going to use my invisible mage hand again. Specifically, I get to use it to attempt to pickpockets. And so I can do it without being noticed if I win a sleight of hand versus perception check.
Okay.
And so I want to sort of try to pick his pockets, see if he's like, if he has like these amulets or has these things on him, he's just trying to get out because he knows he's already got them.
Okay.
So, okay, so that is a 12 on sleight of hand versus his perception.
Lucky dog. So you pick his pocket successfully, and in there you find a big, like almost 200 gold pieces and a small piece of paper rolled up.
Okay. Then I'll have my mage hand, so like I'll be like investigating around the room. I'll have the mage hand kind of slip in my pocket.
Cool. So you slip it in your pocket.
Yep.
And your 200 gold pieces are richer.
And the rest of us don't know.
Nobody knows that it happened, except for him.
And I'm going to.
Very well.
Yeah, I'll just. That is what it is for me.
Alright, so.
Are you going to read anything, or are you just keeping it on the
I'm trying to wait until other people are distracted before I pull it out and try to read it.
Okay.
So down this other room,
Mm-hmm.
all we could see before were just some bodies.
Yeah, just some scattered bodies there. So you guys going to head down in that direction?
Yeah.
Cool. So you head towards this room, and you see it almost looks like this is a little bit more carved. There seems to be more, like almost looks like an arena where there would be some seating here on the outside, and the bodies are all in this little center area. And these are just like rough stone-hewn seats that rise up out of like this sandy center where these bodies are lying. And you kind of have the smell of stale blood, and there's a lot of corpses.
I want to do an investigation to see if I find anything dying on corpses.
Yeah. Okay. So you search.
I initiated it
Do
this
you
time.
walk out into the middle of the gladiator ring?
Oh wait, are they all on gladiator ring?
No, that sounds like a great plan. I enjoy
It's very smart.
Wait, all the bodies are in the gladiator ring?
Yes.
Oh, never mind, I missed that part.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm not investigating the bodies for valuables.
Yeah, you throw a rock at the bodies. Nothing happens. They're bodies. You can also roll perception and start looking around too.
Yeah, so let's all do
We
that.
all did it?
You can. Yeah. You're all in the room.
Wander in with your eyes closed.
I have superior dark vision. I can see all I need to see.
21.
22.
Okay, so you don't sense any magical elements here. Just it just has that smell of an old battlefield where maybe these people were coerced into fighting. Nothing you can observe.
Okay, fine. I go and investigate the bodies for valuables.
So you look, you find 5 gold pieces on one of the corpses, and you scrounge up enough robes and stuff where you might actually be able to put together a very similar outfit as one of these guys. The air guys. So a lot of the clothes are kind of in that style, and you have enough robes to get, maybe 2 or 3 of those.
Wait, I have this primeval awareness thing. I can spend one of your spell slot to focus on boundaries. I can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of me. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, prey, fiends, and undead. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or color.
Okay, so do you want to just see, you want to run that spell and see what's around you?
Yeah, is there anything you within miles?
Yes, so you sense a lot of activity. In various rooms, you sense a lot of Oh, but you just so you feel an air elemental myrmidon. You feel a number of air elementals, and then you feel a strange and powerful force that you've never sensed before. And that, unless you succeed a very strong arcana check, you will not be able to identify what that is. Yeah. Roll arcana.
Somebody with stronger arcana than me want to try as well. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you sense. Well, one thing you do sense is that there are two of them.
Two very strong mysterious things.
That are something of air. Maybe you should take a look. There has to be some way to do these combos that I know.
What level is this?
4. Level 4. Yeah, kind of like what Shane gave me the Forrest Whitaker eye.
So, in the room, all the corpses, there's the seating around the edge. Looks like kind of like a gladiator.
Yeah, and then out in this other room.
What exits do we have?
Yeah, you have this one out coming out here, and then and this one seems wider. So it's more, very cleanly cut steps.
They're going up or down?
They are going down.
I start sneaking along the spectator benches.
So you scoot along the spectator benches. You come to these other staircases, and then you see an open, massive room with just black emptiness on either side, and then a small door.
The priestess has to be back there.
So,
are we looking for the priestess in an attempt to save her, or is she the problem? Well, except for the sand starlight pit.
See, it's black on your side. I'm going to drop a rock off into the black and see if you can hear it.
Is it like a pit, or is it just a room?
We'll find out.
You have to throw a rock into the pit.
It's an empty vortex.
The rock in the blackness.
Or the empty blackness, yeah. That's what I meant, blackness.
Yeah, I have torches. I don't know how to do it actually. I can make my hands burn.
So you throw something into the blackness, right? You're throwing. So you throw a stone in. Nothing happens. Just never clicks. No crackles.
I say, let's just get out of there.
Rude.
Let's do that.
You can try.
Let's do a Suga.
Way quicker.
I've been rolling it well tonight, so
Can I cast my sacred flame cantrip into the pit and see if anything happens?
Huh?
This is the wise?
You cast what?
No, he wants to cast his
Sacred flame cantrip into the pit. See it.
Oh, yeah. So you cast your sacred flame cantrip onto this side, and as that lights up, you see a very shadowy, what looks like statue there, and just right below, but it's very slightly moving. And as you wait, you kind of see the statue kind of come up on this side, and it's almost as if it's like on a clock where it's just kind of circling your this stairway. Or sorry, not stairway, walkway.
So the door in front of us. Is there any markings around it? Anything special about it?
You see that the post, whatever the sides of it are like gold, and it's kind of like a golden arch. There are some markings on it, but none that you recognize. Yeah, it's a statue of so as it comes around and with the light. It's a statue of a human with like a half. Yeah. It's like a half human, half like octopus with like this huge like crystal as its head, and it's like this purplish crystal that's glowing. Papa.
Wait, this
Mama?
is a statue?
Yeah, this is a statue.
It's a, okay.
Yeah, so it's like octopus like legs, upper body human, head crystal.
If I do say so, I assume this is tight. Oh, I guess almost.
Yeah.
It's
And
still
it's-
in darkness.
Well, it's kind of coming in because his light is still there, so like it's come out of like that light area.
Okay.
Oh, it's just like
It's a flash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's
We
still
like light.
you can see it now because I think there is most of you guys have dark vision, so you can see it kind of coming up this part of its axis down. It's just you guys I think are still standing right behind it.
You want to try to take a run for it like at the bottom?
How fast is it moving?
Pretty like it's like almost at the rate of like maybe like a second hand, I would say, where it's coming around like relatively like it's actually that's pretty it's pretty slow. It's maybe like a little slower than that. What's that? At the door? Okay, so you throw a rock at the door, give me a perception check. You see the rock kind of go through the door, and then you hear it kind of like something like as if it's still rolling. Like it kind of came to a stop after the door, and it's just still rolling. Just like that's pretty much it.
So, can I send my trusty mage hand over, and I can attempt to have it disarm traps because so I want to try to disarm search for and disarm any traps on the door with my mage hand.
Okay, so give me a perception check to see if there are any traps.
Perception is normal traps. And then 17.
Okay, so you sense that there is some force around the door, but it seems to be almost part of the room itself, where there is like it's almost a how do you say it's some sort of like verification, almost an ID type system. So you feel like it's not a trap, it's just more of a
Security measure.
yeah, what can and cannot go through the door.
Marcus! Marcus!
What? So-
I'll you on the booty if you want to go.
Roll persuasion.
I'll promise not to.
If you don't know the door.
He liked it. I don't have much of a persuasion. How does it two work?
He says, the priestess, she's a sweet lady, but I really don't know how I feel about keeping on going when we should just turn around and leave.
I mean, he makes a good
Marcus, why are you so afraid to keep going?
Well, I feel like this is not the most pleasant place I've ever been in, and I would rather be home with my family. Well, family I'm going to start now that I'm out of this cult. Well, family that I could start. He like gives you like the.
We lost your chance just now.
Ah, sad. He's very heartbroken.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then he seems like a little leery about going forward. I it's just I want to try. Where do you think you would go?
Where do
It's
you
just
see
like
yourself in 2 years?
he
Your greatest weakness.
what'd you say? Which one? He seems a little bit nervous, but then he approaches the door and he says, "Listen, I can help you get through here, but I don't want to go any further."
How can you help us get through here?
He says, "This door, it's simple. It recognizes people who have an affinity for air magic." Huh?
Open the door, then we'll leave you here. It's not a problem.
He's like, "That's just all I need,
I'm very gassy.
Yeah, that's great air magic. You can go in right now, actually. You're good. So yeah, he goes up to the door and he kind of presses his hand against like the side, and you see that kind of gray bluish light kind of go around, and nothing seems to change, but he's holding his hand there on just that middle like golden moldful.
It's not like that.
Not here. I'm saying this.
So he's holding this thing up.
It's holding it open right now.
It's almost like this.
You walk through?
Hey!
Hey! So you walk through the door. There's another, and this staircase is kind of in that same a little bit nicer, cut where it's almost like what looks like very clean, well cut marble. And as you walk down, there's this beautiful kind of throne room type thing. And you see, and it's massive. I'll draw on the other side here. It's massive. And this is just kind of tiny door over here. Huge pillars on either side. And then at the very end, you see, a seat raised up on stairs. Yes, and you see a figure. You see two kind of vague shadows on either side. And then you see another figure lying down before it.
Yeah.
Tell me what?
Did we short rest?
Not quite tired.
It's just really, if we just get in this corner.
How are you all doing?
I'm fine, but.
I'm down by. I'm down by 6.
Maybe I'll just cast Healing Word on myself one more time before we go in there.
Okay.
Healing, so catch myself in.
It's okay, guys. I feel better.
You want to do it again?
7.
So does everyone else follow in the room?
Yeah, are you guys coming in after him?
No, we're all
he's fine. He's fine.
Something happened.
It's like the jungle. Who's going first? Rough time. Huh?
I don't think it's realistic.
No, you're not going to take a rest right
It's fine.
now.
I'm good. 1923. I still have my family to heal too, so.
All right.
So we all walk through. I make sure I grab Marcus's wrist and make sure he comes in full maneuver with us.
He gently resists, but he's too scared to do anything. But once he goes to the door, you kind of once he lets his hand go to the door, you hear this kind of like, and it just looks like there's not. It just like it feels like a little bit more solid, even though you can still see through it clearly. And you walk down these steps into this big kind of atrium. And all the floor kind of goes completely marble, and these enormous marble columns are kind of rising up on either side, and it's massive. It's like two cathedrals put together, and you can barely see 4 figures. One on the throne, one kind of like lying down on the bottom, and 2 kind of less clear figures on either side of the throne. They look very large. They were parked up in that little griffin thing outside. So they're up.
They're like all the way up.
They're up like 2 stories. Yeah, on ground level, like just outside.
I'll start strolling up the middle area, literally just acting up on there.
Are you wearing any disguises, or are you just coming
So I'm going to use minor illusion.
Okay.
And make it look like I have a little wind dust devil tornado thing following me.
Okay,
You can
so
also make you the rope thingy. You want the rope thingy?
what's a rope thing?
Remember how you said that kind of stuff?
Oh, the robes. Yeah, the robes.
You want it?
They're probably too large for me, given that I'm No, guys, I swear I belong here. Don't mind me.
All right, so you walk up down the center. You see this lady sitting on that throne. You can't. Those 2 kind of shadows you saw on either side. Those are a little bit harder to make out now. You actually, as you've gotten closer, it's a little bit more difficult to distinguish them out from like the gray stone behind them that's kind of forming the back wall. And the woman that's kind of like lying down. She's breathing heavily, and you see like kind of like some bruises, blood. Like it doesn't look like anybody's actually been able to physically like harm her, but like you see like there's just like kind of some blood coming out of her ears, her nose, and like just kind of right around her eyes. Like she's looking pretty roughed up, and she's breathing heavily, and the lady on the throne looks at you as you approach.
I'll say, "Oh, thank heavens, we finally found you. We've been sent here. We were told that there were many of you that needed our aid down here. We found an acolyte that said if we came this way, we'd find others in dire need of help."
Shove Marcus forward.
And I make sure that Marcus is in clear view. And I said, "Hey, are you in need of our assistance?"
Roll me. So the lady on the throne just starts laughing, and she just starts laughing really loud, and then you see the lady that's like kind of more roughed up. She sighs and she says, "Marcus, you should have left." And then the lady on the throne stands up and says, "Who are my distinguished guests?" And then with a wave of her hand, you look behind you, and the door that was leading out is not there anymore. It's just rock. And, and the room kind of feels a little more claustrophobic for some reason.
Well, I mean, it actually seems as if you've got everything you need handled around here. If you'd like us to escort poor Marcus out, we're happy to do that for you, but it seems that our assistance is clearly not required, so we'll just be on our merry way. It was pleasant visiting, and thanks very much. And I'll nudge my little wind elemental vision to follow you all.
So the lady is like still laughing on the throne, and you see Marcus actually kind of running past you and coming to the side of the woman that like had been kind of beaten up, and he's like talking to her in like a low voice, and they have a conversation that you're just a little too far away to hear. So you can get closer if you want. But the lady on the throne is talking very, very clearly, and she says, but you see, once someone is a guest here, they remain a guest here till the end of their days, which might be coming very quickly for you. And she stands up and levitates just down right in front, like right past Marcus and like right beside you. And she's like very calm, and she's just standing right beside you, smiling.
Well, can you at least tell me how the accommodations here are? If we're gonna be here for a while, I mean,
quite cold. And she waves her hand and give me an athletics check.
Damn it!
Acrobatics.
Can I do acrobatics?
Yes.
Am I trying to dodge this? 15.
Yeah, so you feel this force just pulling like on the back of your neck, but you kind of duck out of it. And she still seems very smiling and just like, you know,
We've not taken any hostile actions.
Yeah, no, she says, I would wonder why you're here in the seat of my domain.
You know, I've kind of been asking myself the same thing.
I was just going to a gambling conference, I swear. That's a funny story.
I've been saying it all day.
It's true. So as she notices, as she comes down, she notices the rest of you all.
But I'm in the outfit.
You're in the outfit. When did you change?
I'm in the run up there. She said it.
Okay. So she
I'm
like,
hiding.
yeah, you're hiding. It's okay. So you've been hiding. Give me a stealth check. And then you need to give me a stealth check because you're in disguise. Or persuade, or yeah, deception actually. Sorry.
And while they're doing this,
Nice.
All right.
are they sufficiently distracted by her presence?
They are
Are they? Is my question.
by her presence. Yes.
I can read my little slip of paper.
You want to read the little slip of paper? Yes. It just says, you
All
know.
this fucking crazy people lady is intimidating us. You're just.
I'm opportunistic.
It just says, Marcus, thank you for the tip. Here's your payment.
I don't know what this is. Why didn't you read it earlier?
I
And
don't want you guys to read on my shoulder.
We've heard it anyways.
Yeah, but now I know this, and you guys don't.
Okay,
So-
you know Marcus is
or you know, just
He's got paid.
took a tip. You just got
He's
paid.
also opportunistic.
So what did you get on your stealth throw?
I was 20.
Okay.
I didn't know stuff.
All right. So then she waves her hand, and you feel this like hand on the back of your neck that just like gently pulls you, like kind of like your toes are kind of dragging against the ground, right up beside him. And she's like, I didn't realize we had like a guest. And then she looks at you and she says, guard the door. And then you look, there's no door, and she just smiles. And you can do an insight check to see if she knows if you're here disguise or not.
I knew this
Yeah. You can do an insight check.
So,
She thinks you're a guard, according to how you perceive things.
so
Hey, you think she thinks you're a guard?
the other chick is like
Uh-huh.
in rough shape.
Yeah.
Does she appear to be? So there's the main chick, and then there's the other chick right there.
The one that's been like beat up with the bleeding, and yeah.
So there's like there's the one that apparently is probably the one that we're actually trying to save, and then
Yeah,
there's this chick. Does she appear to be bound by anything? Like, is there something like magically bound, physically bound?
Give me a check on that.
What would that be?
It'd be Arcana.
12.
You feel that something is confining her. It could be two somethings. You're not sure what.
So if we want to free her to help us, we need to get rid of that.
So the lady leans over to you and she says, "Before I give you both," and she looks at our dear cleric as well. She says, "Before I give you both a very chilly ending, shall we say, I do wonder how you found us here. I had hoped this would be quite a secretive place for you." She makes her guard.
So Marcus led us here.
We were just exploring around, minding our own business. We met this Marcus fellow. He said there were other people that were in danger down here, and that's all we really know. And next thing we know, it's freaking 0 degrees in here, and you're here chatting us up with some chick that apparently you had abused. I just don't understand. All I want is a nice beer and a warm day.
And she laughs and does a wave and drags, and you see Marcus kind of slide towards you all away from the lady, and she says, "Alana's acolytes are so quaint, but so foolish in their loyalty." And she walks up to Alana, and she actually waves her hand, and you feel this slip of paper zip out of your pocket. And you can do an acrobatics check to try to catch. Acrobatics. What's sleight of hand? Or sleight of hand, I think, to try to catch it.
That is a 10.
So, just slips right out of your pocket through your fingers, and then she takes it and lays it in front of the priestess on the ground and says, "Look, even your beloved has betrayed you.
And I'll look
Seems
around.
like he likes money."
I'll look around and kind of like, I don't know how that happened.
Even Marcus is like, but it's so sad when loyalty is so easily purchased. I'm sure he's very sad to be finding out that he won't be leaving this room either. And Marcus is freaking out. Like he hurries back to the back wall, is pressing his hands up against the door. And then she goes, "God." Yeah. Okay, you grab Marcus. Okay, and then you drag him back over. So, she turns to Marcus and she says, "You have one option for a payment step. Convince her to relinquish a piece of the amulet, and you will all die quickly."
I don't actually know what you're talking about. I don't care to know what you're talking about. So just let me. I don't know what you want to do with the rest of these guys, but you just want to let me out. It's I didn't see a thing.
Give me a con saving throw.
Con saving throw. Wait, hold on. Damn, it's not one of the ones.
Okay, so you feel like something, kind of tightening your throat, but you can speak normally still.
I'll stand in the back and hash this out.
So, you see Alana trying to, which is the kind of the beat up lady, trying to stand up, and you see these kind of bars of flickering light going to either side of the, either side of the throne, where these kind of very, very vaguely visible figures are. And Marcus glares at her and, glares at the high priestess, the lady that's looking like this. Her name is Heresy, whatever. But he glares at her and he says, "You're never supposed to kill her." And then he, both of his hands kind of glow blue, and then his feet glow blue, and everybody roll initiative. And we can do this fight later. You're never supposed to kill her.
She's not dead.
Well, it looks like
about to.
So she's
Well, yeah. I mean, you guys we can either do this throwdown now, or we can do it on a future date. I mean, it's 9:30. It's not that late. Okay.
Friday night.
It's a Friday night.
I'm just trying to be a guard the whole time. I'm a good guy.
Yeah, I only see spell slots.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
So, yeah, give me all you guys' initiative.
We all do.
Yeah, great. Well, you should just to know where you would be, but you are disguised, and you are out of. Both of you two are out of battle, but I just don't want to roll your initiative later.
It's funny.
You have 20?
12, we got 10. And PK Rico.
PK Rick. Okay. And then who else was I missing? Marcus. And then 2 more dice getting rolled. That's weird.
I don't know what those are for.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. It's all spooky. Okay, so you see Marcus like kind of rear up, and the room gets really cold, as if you were like in Chicago on a windy day. Like freezing cold. It's like biting. Chicago? What's Chicago?
I believe it's Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah.
It's a Wales.
It's deep in the north.
San Diego. Yeah, so you feel this like freezing chill, and Marcus like is kind of rising above the ground, and he gives this like evil priestess lady his best shot. Okay. Huh? Marcus?
The only reason we're gonna get through this.
Let's find this lady. Give me 1 second. So you see like this this kind of like icy kind of beam shoot right at the lady. She rocks back and she laughs and she says, I'm so glad a non-believer has some power. Then she like waves her hand, and he immediately, the blue light kind of flicks out and he like falls to the ground.
Great.
And you see that light kind of coming towards that priestess, and then her hands and feet start to glow.
Does she absorb power? That's great. Maybe she only absorbs inner power.
So it's blue light, which I think is like ice stuff, right?
It's not just ice enemy.
No, Alana is the wind crystals.
Okay, so now it is on you as first act. If you choose to, or you can try to keep negotiating. The people who are fighting right now are her and Marcus. You can step in as first to act, or you can try some other techniques, which
is there any
could
way
work.
through here, or is it?
It's all the things. Every outlet has been sealed off by some force that you.
So there's like you said, there's like pillars in the room too.
Mm-hmm.
So how far up is Olana from where we are?
She is right close to you guys. So she dragged Marcus and everybody towards her. So the Alana chick is still sorry. Alana is by the throne, maybe like 50 feet that way. So you guys are probably right around here with the lady.
Okay.
And then this, and she's still here.
Okay. So I'm going to, in the sort of ruckus that those two are causing, I'm going to sort of peel off and sort of make my way up towards where Alana is, but hiding behind the pillars as I go.
Okay, so you go into kind of stealth mode. Give me a stealth check. Do you have to do that for your class?
Yes.
Yes, I would think so.
Normally I can
Started
like hiding is an action, and rogues can do it.
Oh, okay. So then you can just take your bonus action.
Stealth check is. Is not great. It's an 8.
Okay. So you are able to just get right behind a pillar just because she's so focused on Marcus right now. But she is still kind of like, she knows something is going on, I would say. I'm just passing it right here. I'm going to need some.
Which kind would you like?
Oh, peanut butter? Just a little half cookie. It's fine. But, it's good. Beautiful. Mmm. That's good. Okay, so you've done your turn. You're getting over there. Are you gonna do? Did you have to do your action to run farther?
So I was So I used.
So you're done.
My dash is my. So I went. I could go 50 feet. I did.
Okay.
25 minutes.
Okay,
So
cool.
I got up pretty close.
Okay, cool. So you're right by her. So you're up here. I need to get some little dioramas. Maybe I'll use a dice. Where'd my little bag go? Oh, either way. Yeah, that's perfect. So you're over here, and then everybody's over there. No, I can find you. Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Oh, you got an 18? Okay, then it's on you. I'm sorry.
So, am I within touching distance? Detail?
You should be.
Okay.
Wait, no, she's still at the back.
She's hiding.
No, she's
I'm
hiding.
hiding by
Oh,
the
you're
exit
hiding.
somewhere.
Okay.
Put it over here.
In that case,
On this. I literally just put a dice in my mouth. Yeah.
Great, so you're hiding, she's hiding, she thinks she's a guard, and I'm just chilling in the middle.
Yep.
Great.
But she's not attacking you, she's attacking Marcus right now.
But she's like absorbing power from the two things by the throne, apparently. Right?
Well,
the thing to the right.
I thought it was from what?
no, she took Marcus, she took
Or
Marcus.
just Mark's.
Yeah. Or at least what he was using to attack her.
I'm gonna cast my resistance cantrip on Marcus. So he gets an extra d4 on a saving throw of his skills.
Okay, cool.
Might be better.
Nice. He's betrayed us, but you know, I'll help with that.
Thanks for the host, Mooncloud. Much obliged. Alright. Who's next? Ooh, I think it is... Oh, those things. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So... Okay. So you see, okay. So you see, like, these kind of two, like, kind of shadows of light going down and hitting the, kind of the lady right by you from kind of each side of the throne in these, like, kind of very gaseous forms. And you see her, just, like, grunt and, more blood is kind of coming out of her ears. It seems to kind of intensify at some level. Yeah.
They're physically hitting her, or it's like.
It's like kind of this like light that's coming at her. From, yeah, the one who's like all beat up.
We need to break her out.
Okay. Now it is on. Oh yeah, now it's on our kind woman, Eresi. So, I have to Google this.
Oh boy. How to make sure myself grew a level 4 people survive.
Let's see, we're party wife on turn 1.
Yeah. So you see a okay. Damn. Okay. So she raises up her hand and a circle appears over this area. So she's standing here and then everybody's right here. So a circle appears over Marcus. And I think you are over here as well, right? And that's the only person, just you and Marcus?
I guess so.
Yeah, and
You're
you.
still at the door, right?
No, oh yeah, she's the guard because she's with Marcus. So,
Oh, yeah, okay.
so this is the lady, it's D100 there. So she raises a hand, and then over you guys, you see a kind of almost like a hole open in the sky, and then hail and ice just start raining down. Everybody give me a dexterity saving throw.
Except for me, right?
Yeah, you're everybody that's in this circle, which is Marcus, you, and him.
Oh, yeah,
Huh?
no, I should be out of this.
Well, you're just standing in a circle.
Yeah, you rock fighting.
I have to
I mean, she's not like the lady who really cares about her guards.
Yeah, 9.
Okay, so and I'll get Marcus's save here. Ooh, 4. Man, this is not gonna go great for you guys. Let's see. Where's my D8? Seven. So all of you take 14 bludgeoning, or sorry, you take 10 bludgeoning and then 4 cold damage, which is 14 altogether.
I'm still over here, so I can roll.
No, you did. You're good. You're safe. Yeah, you're in the clear. Marcus is having a tougher day.
You got a 5.
Holy shit! You better run your ass out of there, my friend.
Where?
Out of that circle. So you definitely don't want to be standing in that circle for very long. Confirmed.
So the circle is like right there?
Yeah, right over there. Yeah, pretty much. It's exactly that.
Don't stay in circles.
Confirmed. It's a 20-foot radius, so it's like right now she's cast it right over where you guys were standing. So kind of in that little zone. Minus.
Yeah, we strong.
Alright. Okay, so now it is on the Piquet. So you're in the back corner. There's a shot. I'm gonna save the team.
These two are both still in this circle, right?
Yeah,
So
they're both.
I shouldn't run to them. That's crazy.
No, probably wouldn't be a great idea.
Can I get to like the water area without reaching the circle?
Mm-hmm. It's only a 20 little meter square, so they're all pretty clustered together. But there's this whole side of the thing here.
I would like to try and stealthily make my way past to support him.
So you get maybe 20 feet away from. You can't get to the Alana because that's really far. That's probably like 100 feet from you. But you can get pretty close to them with your bonus action of movement. That's
Where's Twitchley?
Twitchy's little diamond at the very end. Yeah.
I thought the triangle was a lot.
That is, but Twitchy's right next to her.
Okay.
Because he uses bonus, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And I would like to remain concealed if I can.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, am I in combat right now, or?
You can, you are, they're fighting. Whether or not you want to join in and start shooting is up to you. But, eventually, this room is closed off, so you'll probably find everybody eventually if you don't make quick work. So it might be worth it to,
Yeah. I guess I should mark Beasley as something mark, or one of the villains. It's just like super niche.
Yeah, could be, creature, yeah, that's right. Nice. Cool.
Okay. will cast Concentrated Mark on this lady.
Okay. Cool.
And then, do I now additionally
Do you have to? Is it just? Yeah, you can still. I think that's a bonus action, right? Hunter's Mark. Yeah. So then you can go ahead and do your normal attack if you want.
Okay, then I will take a longbow shot at her.
Cool. What's your attack?
Nice. Not 20!
Yeah, a crit.
With the Hunter's Mark, too.
Yeah.
So I do double damage plus D8 plus 3, so that's 7 plus 3, that's 10 plus...
You double the dice.
You double the dice.
10
Well,
plus...
You can roll twice.
You roll 2 dice. You double the number of dice.
An extra 1 to 6.
Because you crit.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Okay. 10 plus 3, or 10 plus 6? What would you
10 plus 3. You don't double the add.
3, and then you just roll another 1d6.
Yeah, then you get rolled.
Well, my damage from my bow is only 1d plus 3.
Yeah, so you rolled 7 plus 2.
Right, but the plus 3 only plus 3.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then
So it's
now
10 plus 3 plus the 1d6.
Yeah.
2d6, because you double the
Oh,
d6
dice.
from that as well. Nat 20 doubles and
The
you
dice.
get to roll double the amount of dice you
Yeah.
roll.
Man, every time I cast this fucking spell, I get a nat 20.
That's awesome. That's a
Not
good.
the last time I did
It's
this.
great for you. That's great. It's awesome.
Okay. That's 2 plus 6.
Okay, so you pull back your bow, shoot. The arrow just goes right through her throat, and like you see her eyes just turn to you, like with the arrow sticking out of her neck, and she snaps it off, and the wound starts to close, but you see it's not like fully closed, and there's still some kind of blood trickling down, and she is pissed. Who else is left? Oh yeah. No, it's what's his name? Marcus. So Marcus is kind of beat up, but he's making an attack. A 9 will miss. Okay, so now it's on you.
Alright, so let's go disguise in the circle. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to quietly interrogate.
Okay, so you're quietly in a rage. So you're gonna get advantage because it's a surprise attack. She doesn't know who you are.
Yeah. Yay.
Yes.
So yeah, I will just do a quick movement so that I'm close to where she is.
Yeah, so you're getting out of the blizzard too, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna put you
very
over
close
here.
to her, and then I'm just gonna
I'm gonna get a thing for Marcus.
surprise attack.
This will be Marcus. And this will be
old great axe. Let's think I can hit. Or I didn't get it. Nat 20.
Nice. Okay.
Whoever got you this dice.
I know.
That's nice, yeah.
Okay.
Nice. So you go into a rage, and she sees her guard. She looks over at you. Just as you bring your axe down hard on her arm, it bites through the flesh, through the bone. You rip your axe back, and her arm does start to close up, but again, there's like some blood and wounding that is still there. You said 11? Okay, so now it is on. You.
So I'm going to sort of slink my way over to where Alana is.
Yeah.
And so there's like Alana, and then there's this sort of quasi-visible entity thrown another quasi-visible entity.
Yeah.
So I am going to do burning hands. I'm going to get up close to Alana and do burning hands in the direction of those two things, like a 15-foot cone in front of me. And that is fire damage, and they have to make a dexterity save.
Cool.
Against it.
Okay, so one is going to save, one is not.
Alright, So they take 3d6. The guy who saved takes half of that.
Okay.
So
Cookies. His mom is a deity.
the one who did not save takes 12. The one who did save takes 6.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, like, how much of my movement did I use to get up in range?
7. What's that?
How much of my movement did it take for me to get up to where they
You
are?
were already pretty much, because it was a 20-foot cone, right?
So I just want to be in range, and then, because I kind of want to use whatever's left of my movement to back away from
Okay, so then because you were standing right next to Alana,
them.
and you're this one, and you back away. Okay. And then those two things take damage, and you start to see these like humanoid figures start to emerge from like as like the fire is kind of like washing over them.
Wait, I missed it. You cast some sort of fire.
So I cast like a cone of fire at them, and then both of them took damage, and they're starting to sort of become visible after that.
Ice things fire.
Sometimes. Things can be weak against things, but you never really know for certain unless you, like, there's spells you can cast that tell you if they're weak against things. So it's really just if Jeffrey says things like, man, that looks like it really hurt them.
Oh gosh.
Oh, darn.
Maybe you should try it again.
It looks like they really didn't like that.
Oh gosh, darn it.
Oh, man.
I don't think they could be any more mad at you.
If you shot fire at them. Yeah, confirmed. Alright, now it is on you.
I'm gonna run behind quickly.
Okay.
Wesley!
Alright, so that's a little ways. It's about 30 feet. I don't know how you got 30? Okay. And you're the silver guy here. And that was the lady.
Cast my second level healing myself.
What has your cleric been doing the whole game? Healing himself?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be cool, guys. Trust me.
All I'm going to start.
I'm changed it in a weird way.
Yeah, sure. It's cool, guys. I love battles like this.
So 7, 11, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Next thing you know, you're going to use all of your big cleric channel divinity stuff just to keep yourself alive.
Yeah, poor guy.
Really heals herself and how
Yeah, just throw the drugs on herself. Okay, so now it is on those two strange figures that you just shot stuff at. You can see they're each have like kind of two, they're both their hands. One of them is still extended towards the, Alana, but the other hand of each of them turns to you. Does a, that'll hit. Does a, like, it's like a 20 something, yeah. Yeah, another high 20s. Oof, lucky you. 4, 6, 10 points of bludgeoning
the
damage.
lucky one.
So you feel this wind that's almost like a sharpened like spear that just goes right into the center of your chest. You skid back a few feet, and you see that they turn towards you. Well, they hit you and miss the lady. They turn the other hand, aiming at the Alana prostrate. They both nothing seems to connect, and you see her actually start to like get up. It's almost as if some weight has been lifted off of her shoulders, and she's starting to sit up.
Alana's getting up?
Yeah, Alana. Okay.
I'm never one of you though.
What health are you at?
27.
Our healer will just stop using himself for
No, man, I love battle. Oh. This feels amazing. All right, it's on you, healer. No. Sorry, it's on Pikel. No, who's 8? No, who had the 18? Because he just went, and then he just went. Oh, you're right. I'm dumb. It's on the lady. I apologize. It's on the evil lady. So she is going to. She's going to turn to her betraying guard. Yeah, it's over 20. Does that hit? Yes.
Oh, I see.
At least the Ravens will get that.
So. 7 plus. So you take two bars of wind to start whipping towards you. So you take one that does 7 points of damage and another one that does 8 points of damage. So you take piercing. There you go. So you take 7 net damage. And then now it is on. Tell him. Band, have a nice day. And then you have, now it is on Pikale and Kale.
Okay. Priestess lady is still my mark.
Okay, yeah.
What is he gonna do? But I could run to you. Could I run to him, heal him, and then also take a long myself? Or is that not doable?
I think Carol is the heal or bonus action.
The heal one has to be a spell cast. It's pure wounds.
That'd be an
Then
action.
that would be your action. I mean, depends on if these things are going to die. And I guess Adam's here because our species is going to get that far.
Yeah. Let's face this, these things are not going to die.
I mean, we need. I feel like we need to continue to do it because if we just run around healing ourselves, she's gonna drop into everything.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I will run to you, but I won't heal you yet. I'll just be near you. So that's my bonus action to run.
Running, you just get to run as part of the turn. You get to.
Okay.
You get to
So my action, I will take a long shot everywhere.
That will not hit. Sadly.
And then for my, what is available to me in the bonus action?
You'll have certain things will say they're a bonus action, but then other bonus actions are things like drawing a different weapon or taunting somebody or other random things. But
Hey! Good. Bonus action confirmed. So she's glaring at you now. So now it is on Michael or Marcus. Yeah. Sorry. CDM. All right. So he, now that he's kind of not able to energize himself, he pulls out a kind of a cutlass type blade where it's a kind of curved. Runs toward Alana and takes a huge swing. He hits.
Wait, Alana?
Or not Alana, Eresi.
The wrong one.
Mark is confused.
Yeah, very confused. Yes.
it's a good action.
So then he does 12 points of slashing. She, reels back. Again, the wound kind of closes up, but you know, there seems to be just more blood kind of coating her shirt. Okay. And now it is on. Yes. The.
Does nothing happen with her circle?
It's still there. So anybody who's standing in there, Marcus moved that as well. Yeah. So yeah, it still is like right here. I think that's where everybody ended up.
Okay.
It's like right here. She's. This is I think her right here. Well, I think she's this one now. Right? I think she's that one. Yeah. These guys. Okay. Well, she has a 100's mark, so you get a 1d6 too, right? Does anybody get that? Or just her?
Um, 17.
That'll hit.
Nice. Is 10. Nope,
12 points of damage. Alright, so you take a huge swing. She shouts in terror as, you know, you go right through her leg. Just gore splits open, but immediately closes back up, and she's looking a little more haggard now. Let me see. Now it is on you, I think. I'll grab that bouquet as well. Thank you.
So we're gonna run back to what we did last time. We're gonna go get ourselves within cone ring, and we're gonna do another burning penance.
All right.
And then they have to make
What's the okay? You got 14 on one, 2 on the other. All right. So then reverse.
So that is a total of 11. So 11 for the one that missed, and 5 for the one that made.
Okay. Oh wow, it's like literally almost equal. Anyways, okay, cool.
They're still looking pretty like that.
So they, you know, their forms are becoming much more concrete now. They almost seem like just like two like very very tall and muscular like people, but they are much more visible and you know, more like almost like kind of like burn marks are kind of showing up on their forms.
Does anything happen to Alana if they're more visible?
She is still like she seems a lot more mobile now. So yeah, she seems like she may just be standing up at some point. Yeah, and then now it is on you, sir.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on whichever of the whichever of the golem people or the dudes has less health.
Okay. Sacred Flame, yeah, go for it.
So that's 14 saving throw.
I failed.
Yay, 1d8. Radiant damage.
Oh, cool.
So what's the radiant damage? 7.
Alright, so you see a blast of light. It kind of just peels open some of his like ethereal flesh, and the creature leans forward. Looks a little rougher now.
Is it going to do any more?
It did not do more than 7, sadly. But it is just a lower life beast. But hits like a tank, which we're about to find out. So he turns to you, his attacker. Does a does an 17 hit?
No.
Whoa! Lucky you.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're dying. We're facing.
We're all dying.
Beta Boy Choi?
Beta boy!
Beta Boy!
Beta.
Where are you guys?
His house?
You're
Which is also
Brian's
Joy's
house?
house.
They need a toilet together.
Beta Boy Brian. Hi, I miss you. I'm at Adam's house. Yeah.
You're getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, dude, left join, bro. Left join. You gotta get back on HOTS, dog. Gotta get that left join back in the game. I'm back on Overwatch. Look at all these cigars we're gonna steal. Look at that. Yeah, it's Adam's coffers.
Thank you.
Adam's coffers. But yeah, you guys gotta come hang out sometime soon. We miss you.
Hey, we got a monster to kill.
Yeah, we're dying.
Is it handle pulling? Wow.
Alpha boy.
Wine pulling. Okay.
Wine pulling. Later, y'all. Thanks for saying hi.
We need you, quinoa.
Quinoa Heller, hi. Alright. So the other one, unfortunately, his other attack was a nat 20. So this might hurt. Look at my attack damage go.
Wexley. Yeah, like this.
Look at my attack damage go. Oh shit, do I have to move? 8 plus 3.
11.
Yeah.
Don't really want to protect myself again.
Huh?
I said he might touch himself again. He's just thinking that to himself.
Well, the other one is still going for Twitchly. Does a 16 hit?
I thought
There's 2.
8.
You
Yeah,
get
the
2
first
strikes
one,
each.
The first, oh, yeah, 2 strikes each.
Yeah, they're very fast. Does a 17 hit? That'll be 8. And, oh god, dude. That'll be 7. 15. So the other one turns towards Twitchly. 2 lances of light and wind strike him and knock him on the ground unconscious.
And she has good things. I don't have to do it. She has cure wounds.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, now it's our homegirl's turn. I was gonna. Let's see here. So she turns to you, and there are some people. You're just the one here, right?
Wait,
Who's beside her?
Here.
Yeah. So you guys are over here. So yeah. Okay. I may have to. Here, I'm gonna have to change this up a bit. Well, let me see. That's yet to be decided. I'm gonna try to keep it as fair as I can. I mean, you guys did wander in here.
Okay with the sandboard?
Sitting there takes 2 6 bludgeoning. Okay, so then huh?
I just noticed like the end of the book.
Yeah, this is also where all the custom characters are, so that's why.
Okay.
So a whirlwind whips to life around you, and just like stones just start tearing out of the ground and bludgeoning you. So give me a strength saving throw. So it's a 20 feet circle around you, 20 foot circle around you. What did you have to get on the save? What's my save? Spell saves DC. 14 should do it. Oh wait, no, yeah, spell save DC 14.
Okay, perfect.
Oh wait, no. Oh no, that's right. Okay, cool. So you're good. So you're gonna take 2d6 bludgeoning damage instead of more. So. Okay, so you would take 9, so then it's 4. So you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Nice armor.
Taking it.
Rolls right off.
Alright, so then now it is on Marcus, I think. Or actually, it is on our new entry to the battle, Ilana.
Yay!
So she stands up, and you see this kind of glowing blue light right around, her neck. And she opens up her hand towards one of the figures toward her, near her, and a bolt of lightning will shoot out towards the more messed up looking hurricane. Oh, that's what those big things are called. Alright, so in a puff of smoke, the lightning goes right through its center and it starts just kind of dissolving, and the one on the right disappears.
Right call.
Okay.
Get a lot up.
I hope so.
And then now it is on you.
Okay, I'm gonna do. No. I'm gonna do my class channel divinity.
Okay.
So this means I get 20 HP, which I can live 5 up to half. So how much is total HP?
27.
So I'm gonna give you 13 and myself 7. Okay. I'll be at 12. Maybe.
Cool. So in a bolt of light from the heavens, Twitchly breathes the breath of life once again, and blinks himself awake. And unfortunately, were you supposed to make his death saving throw right there? But I guess you're fine.
Was it my turn?
It was, yeah, because I skipped you because you were knocked out, but
Yeah, I would have made that's it.
yeah, it's fine. You're back up.
Well, they clear when you come back.
Yeah, it clears. Anyways, all right, okay, cool. So you're back. Now it is on the remaining hurricane. So it is going to take a strike at. Let's see, who's near it? Who is this beast? This dude's dead. So it's going to take a strike at. I think you probably. You're the cube? Yeah. So whoever's in the back row there. So does a 20 will hit. And a 13.
My armor class is 15.
Okay, so it does not hit. So you take 6 points of piercing damage from a sharp gust of wind that slices towards you through the massive room. Did you go, Pico Rig? No, I think I skipped something. Wait, I got out of order for sure. Because did you go, Fox?
No.
Okay, yeah, so then you should go now.
I don't remember.
No, you block damage coming from the lady, but you haven't taken a turn yet. So yeah, you should take your turn now. You're standing, because he, I think, jumped ahead. No, I think he jumped ahead. It's okay. But I think it's your turn right now, and then it'll be Fox's turn. Yeah, because Adam jumped in. Yeah, so we'll just say Adam's turn, and then we'll skip your turn next time. Yeah. Okay. He did a religious experience. Marcus, yes, he will go after Pico Rig.
Okay. I will to milk my hunter's mark
On the lady.
what's her name?
Okay.
The lady.
Milk man.
Aresi.
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 Look at like a Jedi.
Aresi.
Yeah. Look at like Luke Skywalker. With the weird alien.
I heard someone say that wasn't milk.
Yeah, confirms.
Yeah.
Real quiet.
That is a 15.
That will hit.
Yay! Okay. So that's 1d8 plus 1d6. 5 plus 6, that's 11.
Nice. So she takes a tough hit. Blood is starting to kind of congeal around her nostrils, and she's looking pretty rough right now. Huh? You're gonna put
I'm gonna be really impressed if we win this fight.
Okay. So now it is on.
Yeah.
Now it is on Marcus. So he, seeing his master coming back to life, runs over to her, and you can see him doing a healing spell on her. But she is pretty beat up. And so she will get back up to. Well, I guess you don't have to roll attackers.
James deserved it.
Okay, so she's looking a little less rough, but she's still pretty beat up. Okay. Alright, so she's kind of standing back up, looking healthier. Now it's on you. Well, you're standing in a hurricane right now. Remember, because she conjured, that's like another one of those AoE that's going to stay there. Okay, so you might want to move out of that. So you go to the other side. Do you have any range attack, or are you only up close? Alright. Well, she's like standing on the side of it, so you can either come around the side like this. This is like where the hook counts. You want to do that? Do that right. Plus an attack. Okay, go ahead and do that. Okay. So you run around the side, dodging out of these blustering rocks. That's no, that's probably gonna miss. I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as you stumble out of the hurricane, you just aren't able to get your feet under you there. So now it is on. He's now awake.
So I'm back up. Now I don't know what to do. Yeah. She is, but I can shoot with my short bow and I get sneak attack as you're in range. My short bow is 60.
It was like 50. It was 50.
Yeah, I think it's 60 for normal attack and disadvantage up to 120. But I think I'll use my last spell slot and burn and use that one more time.
Okay. So you shoot a burning hands. I'm gonna do my dex saving. So a 2. So he fails. So go ahead and roll full damage.
Did both of them go?
One of them's dead.
One was dead.
Ilana killed his ass.
For 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
And
So
then I'm going to use any movement I have to hide myself behind a pillar out of line of sight from
it.
From this chick.
Okay, from the chick. Okay.
Or I'm going to get behind a pillar. I'm assuming if there's a vantage point, I can get behind something that's going to...
So we're going to put you on over the side. So you're going to get back on this. You come out, take a shot at this guy, and then come back.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to make it so that when they look around to hit somebody, I'm
not the one that they see. Okay, so now it is on the... That's the big hurricane guy. That's like the guy that Chase was just attacking. And that's the Ilana. So you guys are all the black ones, and then these are the bad guys, and that's your friend, and that's Marcus. I don't have a. Yeah.
Oh wait, is my turn being super this time?
Yes. So you don't get anything. Shame on you. Cheating. So now it is on this big dude. So he's going to take another swing at Mikhail, I think. Yeah. Does a 9 hit? Probably not. Ooh, but a 20 something. Your armor class. That's HP. Oh yeah, you're good. Alright, so that one will hit, so that'll be 6 points of piercing damage. Another spear comes and gets you.
I'm really curious to hear how much you softened this.
Okay, so it's now our dear lady's turn, Alicia. So she's kind of beat up, and she looks. Alicia. Kovac. It starts with a K. Kalanoff. Yeah, Kalanoff the Wingo. So she smiles, and she looks at you, who's been attacking her, and she says, "The spears may not hurt you, but this might." And then she conjures up what seems like a just pure lightning in her hands, and then she shoots chain lightning directly at you. So you need to do some spell saves. So go ahead and roll your spell save against her, and then it's going to chain to you. I'm only going to do 3, and it's going to chain to Marcus. And who's this? Huh? This is your spell save. This is whatever it is. Your dex. It's a dex. Dex saving throw. That will fail. This will hurt. Guaranteed. So I'm going to roll for Marcus. He's going to take another one of those. So he saves. He's going to take half. And then, who's this one here? I think that was this Piquel? No. I think this was Piquel. So it's going to be the closest people. So it's going to go her, Marcus. Is this? Yeah. So Twitchley's over here. I think that one's an extra. And then, yeah. So it might be you, and then. Yeah. So it's going to jump 3 times. So it's going to go you. Yeah, so then you need to roll a d20 as your dexterity save. Okay. So you really want to nail this one. 7, 13, 16, 20.
Oh.
Ooh.
Good night, folks.
So you will take 28 points of lightning damage. You will take 28 points of lightning damage, and Marcus will take 15 or something. Yeah, so that's her big. She's a glass cannon, that one, and so yeah.
Who's this?
That is Marcus.
He's alive.
No, he should be alive. So he is at. He's at like.
Are dead? Oh no, wait,
Yeah.
I have relentless endurance, so I can one.
Oh wow.
Instead of dropping to 0.
Nice. There you go. That was clutch. So you're hanging on by a thread, but you're still alive.
Bitch.
My
hair's like frizzed out.
The rescue woman.
So here.
So you're still up. You're still standing out there, just getting blown up. Cleric is knocked out. Yeah, sorry. Whoever was closest, sadly. Okay. And then now it is on Ilana. She's going to take another swing at that hurricane that you both have been fighting. So she is going to do... what is her small attack? So she's going to miss. So she shoots another bolt of her own lightning at one of this dude over here, but shoots by, misses. And then now it is on Mikel.
You're alive with barely. You are knocked out. How close do we think that MZ is to dying?
She's pretty beat up.
Should I just hit her? There's nothing else that will distract me and the rest of us. You have a lot. We can have a friend in your life. I'm okay. So if anything again, I will just hit her then. Because I can move away if need be. You know, like I can stabilize. Okay, huh?
So get an attack opportunity if you need it.
Oh, but I meant like if she's distracted, then to be distracted because
Well, it's only if she moves out of your range. Even if someone else is not here, if you move out of her combat range, then they get to swing through. Yeah, so hopefully she'll move, but
hopefully.
So what's the plan? You guys taking a shot? Taking an attack?
I'm gonna take a shot at Heresy.
All right. The Hunter's Mark.
3 plus 5. 21.
All right, that'll hit.
8 plus 6. Oh, no, 6. 5.
Plus 3. So that's 8, and then it's whatever you count.
4. So 8 plus 4. Yeah, you're right.
So you shoot her. It goes right through her shoulder, in and out. But you notice it's not healing this time. And she's looking more and more just on her last. She's breathing pretty heavily here. Okay. And then now it is on Marcus. No, he's alive. He got his save. So he's gonna he's going to shoot this dude over here. Oh shoot! He's gonna attack that guy over there. Dude. So yeah, he's gonna miss. So he's gonna yeah. You see like a bolt of energy shoot out of his hand. It's not that same bluish poly that you saw earlier, but again, he's still pretty rattled. It hits the wall. You see a big dent in the wall, but that's pretty much all that comes of that.
Come on.
Now it is on the Lady of Foxes.
Alright.
1 HP.
I'm all screwed. Yeah, I guess I'll just take a swing. I mean, I got nothing to lose.
Alright.
Barely with it. Nope.
What'd you get? 4. Yeah.
10 altogether. Yeah.
So you miss. So you bloody take a swing, but nothing. Now it's on to Twitchley.
Well, I'm going to walk sort of halfway down this room, so I'm sort of between both of them. Poke out from behind my pillar and take a shot at OC.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me an attack. And you're going to do this from using her proximity to do sneak attack.
I got a sneak attack. 100%. Shit, that's a 12.
Nope. So, arrow goes right by her. Now it is on a dear cleric.
How does this work?
So roll a d20. If you get over a 10, it's a save. If you get a 10 or over, it's a save.
17.
So you get a save.
You have one success.
Okay.
So you need 3 successes to get
And then you
out
get
of
back
it.
to 1 HP.
You don't go to 1 HP.
Yeah.
You just stabilize and no longer have to make death saving throws.
Oh, I see.
You don't pop back up into the fight.
Ah, I see.
Except that you're no longer at risk of-
But you're no longer at risk of death.
Okay, so this old beast, the Hurricane, is going to take some swings at Ilana. That will hit, and that will hit, just barely. That's not, 7, 5. She's going to take 18 points of damage. So Ilana is going to take a pretty hard hit. She's going to go. She's going to go looking a little bit rougher now. The healing that Marcus did is just barely keeping her alive, and she's kind of back to just like bleeding out of her ears, bleeding out of her eyes, looking really rough as like some of these like holes are kind of opening up in her shoulders. And then our dear lady, Aresi, looks to her assailant that's standing in front of her, smiles, and then waves her hand and does a wind strike at you.
Hey, didn't you just hurt Alana?
Nobody hit her. No, Aresi.
Didn't Aresi just hit Alana?
No, she got hit by the wind guy. It was the wind's turn. It was the hurricane's turn. It hit her twice. Alana, the chick you're rescuing, is like still pretty beat up, and she's getting close. And then this lady, this breezy over here, just took another swing. Oh wait, no, who's this over here? Oh, that's right, Marcus. So she goes, well, you're pretty close to death, so she's gonna take a swing. You can hate me if you want. So does a 18 hit? Right. Yep, so you take 4 points of damage. You collapse, unconscious.
It's nice here, isn't it? Just kind of relax.
Now it is PK Reek's turn.
Oh, this better hit. Okay, I will continue to shoot at Aresi.
The 100 mark.
Pray that we can kill her very soon.
That's nice for you.
That's an 18.
That'll hit.
Yay! Okay. So, 1d8 plus 3. So 6 plus a 1d6.
How do you want to do this? Success. Still got one of those things to deal with.
We're still another thing alive.
This way of attacking me is gone.
At least she's dead. I want her. It's it books around in sort of a cyclic fashion
Oh.
for a corpse, and like all of the entrails just go
Explode.
flying out in all directions.
So you take your arrow, notch it, twist it to the side a little bit, and then shoot it, and it starts whipping around like a bandsaw. Exactly, and it literally saws her in half. Her guts explode out, and then the top frame just flops on top of your unconscious body.
I'm like watching my little spirits hanging on my body.
Yeah, and you in your unconscious state, you just like lick the blood from the ground subconsciously.
My little like half ghost.
Okay. F that chick. Okay, so it's Marcus's turn, so he runs over to you and he just stabilizes you. Can't do much more than that. Do I have to roll for that, I think?
You have to roll a medicine check to stabilize.
Yeah, so I got a 14. Okay. It's over 10.
Yeah, I think it's over 10.
Yeah.
Stabilize me too.
So he thought his action. But he's right next to there. And this chick will come help you maybe. If you're really nice. Or whoever's standing next to you. Is that Pickle Rick over here? You should ask Pickle Rick why.
Wait, is this you?
I'm just going by proximity. That's Adam knocked out.
Yeah, I can stabilize.
Anyways, it's on you anyways, which is probably for the best.
But I'm stabilized, right?
Yeah, but it's your turn, yeah. So you're stabilized, you have 1 HP.
Oh, I'm at 1?
No, he like revives you, right? Or you can get someone to 1 HP after that? No.
Well, I think it just brings it to it's the same as if you make your death saves. You're stabilized, but you didn't actually heal her for anything. Just at 0, unconscious, but not making death saves anymore.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And I'm just gonna make it, and I'm just.
I
contemplate while he posts it.
thought I was going to give you guys an extra turn. I was wrong. Anyways, it is on Twitch.tv.
Alright, so I will just pop out from behind my pillar, take a short bow shot, and Alana is within combat range, right?
She's ranged.
Alana is.
And this guy is still out by himself.
Okay, then I'll just, I mean, it's all I can do is take a shot at him, so.
Alright, so now it is not yours. So you make a saving throw, AWOL.
Nope.
It's okay.
So then that's one.
I'll get you on record. I'll
One
get you on
fail.
record.
And then it is that thing, like creature's turn. He's going to turn to Alana and take 2 hits. That one is going to miss. That one's going to miss. So he takes, the huge beast takes 2 shots at Alana, but both of them just hit the stone around her. And then now it is on, the lady is dead. Now it's on Alana. So she's going to run over to this nearby cleric and then stabilize you. With an 18, successful.
We're all technically alive. So nothing hits me right now, right?
Yes. And then now it is on PKL Recal.
Okay, well, if he's stabilized, but he's not healed.
He's stabilized but not healed,
So I
yeah.
should probably give him some help, since I'm close enough to touch him, right? Because
That's
my thing requires. Since we're stabilized. Maybe Coblius. Well, there's
You're
only
both
one.
dead.
There's only. You think so? I don't remember what sort
The
of.
other one went down relatively quickly.
That was because I wanted her to
Oh, sure.
I'll heal you up.
Thanks.
Just in case. Yeah. Okay. I'll use Cure Wounds on you. I am within distance, so. No, I don't. Regain 1d8. 1d8 plus 2d8.
Nice.
Nice to be touched by someone this
Tear slides down his cheek.
There's nothing.
So yeah, now you can't do anything else. So now it's on Marcus. So he's going to take a shot at the big bad. So he's going to run over this way, take a shot at the hurricane. So one of those is going to hit. Oh, man. So he's going to do like 5 points of damage. So he's going to, shoots his hand out, a shot of light goes out, does 5 points of damage. The beast is looking pretty rough, like this kind of shadow form is starting to kind of materialize and look very heavy. And then it is your turn. Oh wait, you're knocked out still. Okay. Now it is on. So sorry.
Yeah, I guess I should take another shot. That's a 22.
Ooh, that'll hit.
Okay. And then we're going to do 10 points of damage.
Yep. How do you want to do this?
So, how close am I to Marcus?
You're like 15 feet away. He's
You
like
say
right
that I
here.
move over to Marcus
Yep,
before I
so you
take
moved
a
over
shot?
Marcus, yeah.
Great. I'm going to pull out arrow from my quiver, take a short bow shot, release it quickly, and as it's flying, pull my rapier and hold it straight to Marcus's throat.
Oh, okay.
Classy.
So the arrow zips through the air, sticks in this thing, it goes solid and just...
And as
Flaps
it
his arm.
goes into him, I'm going to shove about an inch into Marcus's throat.
So he goes, oh.
Marcus,
It's
you
a lot.
bitch.
Which is a lot. So he's
I don't
starting
need
to
for him
bleed.
to survive after this. I just need for him to know that it's happening.
Okay. So he looks around and says, I'm sorry. The money was too good.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, I haven't killed him. I just want it just hurts at this point.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you guys have vanquished this particular temple. Should we call it? Let you guys do a nice little long rest and get some R&R in this insane throne room?
That would be great.
Sure. And we'll have the denouement.
Did Marcus have any last words?
He's not, like I said,
He's not dead. He's not dead.
Oh.
He just knows that it's just very painful for him right now.
Yes.
Long rest in the previous order, and we'll take it.
Yeah, so then, Alana says, I think I have some explaining to do for you people. And then that's our today. I think, yeah, we can assume that it does. Yeah.
Really, all I needed was a good nap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and take a big long rest. Alright, everybody, take it easy. We're calling it tonight. Have fun. Hope you enjoyed D&D.